training session walkthrough. Thought it'd be fun to go through a training session for an athlete that I work with. This is just part of a whole week cycle, microcycle, and this is an AM session. So we have A, B, and C. A1, A2 is a superset back and forth. The first movement, band across J-cups, and then essentially just raising your knee up in the air. So your toe is going to be underneath the band, and the band is going to be draped across the J-cups on either end of a squat bay and set up low on the squat bay. So as you bring your leg up in the air, you'll feel your hip flexor activate, and you'll also feel your anterior tibialis, the front of your shin, activate as well. It's good for sprinters, but also people that have a hard time getting back on their heels, might be a little toey in the snatch or whatever else. This is a good movement for those guys. Like I said, it reinforces a good dorsal flexion position. And A2 is just ab rollouts, and I love introducing core movements into a warm-up, mainly because for two reasons. First, it gets core temperature up, right? This is activating the trunk, so you get your core temperature up quickly, which makes the rest of the workout a little bit easier as far as warming up. And then the second thing is you really can't ever have a strong enough trunk or midline. So that's that. After that, we have a hang snatch from the knee. Now for this person specifically, they have a hard time pulling the bar into the hip. And so here the focus is on extending up and not back. And then, so up and down, straight up and down. So we don't want them jumping forward. Also, the cool thing is that this A1 helps complement the B. This person gets a little toey in the snatch. So hopefully this kind of helps prime and prep their body a little bit, so they're back in the heels a little bit on their snatch. So kind of good chance to see how things complement each other here. Finally, we're working into C, which is conditioning. It's an 800-meter run or sprint every minute for 10. Now, typically, an 800-meter run or sprint would be very powerful. What we'll see here is that as soon as the minute's done, we're going to do it again. So the work-to-rest ratio is almost, not quite, a 1-to-1. If someone goes out too hard, they'll definitely find themselves in more of a lactic scenario where lactic acid starts to build up. The goal with this, though, however, is that it is kind of more of an aerobic power piece. We're doing 100-meter repeats for 10. So the goal is ultimately that whatever that first sprint is, which somewhere around 18 seconds, I would say, is that maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, is that they're able to maintain that for all 10 total sets. Okay, so that's A, B, C. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little walkthrough. This is just an AM session. We have a PM session later in the day. Thanks, guys.